count to 3, you will fall into a deep sleep. 1, 2, 3.
Subscribe. What is going on, boys? Today we are getting into some red-blue Marco gameplay, and here's my deck profile. So OP11 honestly brought us really fucking nothing to bring to the table in terms of new cards for Marco. Let me know if I'm wrong, because I mean, I checked OP11, I checked the new starter decks, and there was nothing that was like, oh, put me in red-blue Marco. There was nothing that called out to me. There was nothing that whispered in my ear that it would work in red-blue Marco. So this is just kind of what I tweaked the deck to make it work with OP11. I put a couple of interesting cards in here that I'd like to go over, and a couple of different card choices that I'd like to talk about. So red-blue Marco, for me, the two best decks right now are the blue-purple Luffy, Bello Betty. So what am I doing to combat that? We have the 4 of Seaquake. Seaquake KOs a 3k or less with Marco. Honestly, it might as well just say 5k or less for 2 Dawn. So 2 Dawn, KO of 5k for free, and it also has that trigger. So Bello Betty, that's going to be very useful. Obviously, a lot of her very good characters are 5k power, such as Carasso, and you're going to be able to freely KO the 1-drop searchers and things like that. So very, very nice in that matchup, and you're never going to have trouble finding it. We're running the Ezo searcher, and Marco's ability is just going to allow us to filter through our hand and find it whenever you need it. So Seaquake, very nice into those matchups. And into UP Luffy, they play a lot of those on-board ramp options. So if you're able to KO a Zoro Juro, which, I mean, you can do that with Marco, it's kind of a problem with a lot of other decks. Like Zoro Juro comes down so early in the game, and you're just not able to deal with it. But Marco does not have that issue at all. If Zoro Juro is on board, you just find that Seaquake, and we're running 4 of. We have the Searcher, we have Marco ability. So you're usually going to be able to find it when you need it. Just keep it in your hand when you're playing against UP Luffy. And it also clears Bond Clay really nicely. Bond Clay has 1000 power, and it can be an annoying attacker against a lot of other decks, but it is you just freely remove it with the Seaquake here. And then Round Table, I was running Fire Fist, and Fire Fist could be the better move, but I found that like Fire Fist, like a lot of times I want to use Round Table in order to like also swing at the character. So if something's rested and I Fire Fist it, sometimes I'm not able to remove it by just swinging. And Round Table, I mean, if you hit something with Round Table, it's dying. There is no surviving. It is dead 100% of the time unless they have like some removal protection, like you're playing against Kobe, you're playing against Buggy. But Round Table, if you Round Table something, it is dead 100% of the time as long as they don't have any removal protection. Either you're swinging into it or you're removing it with your 5-cost Marco, your 7-cost Newgate, or Seaquake. So Round Table just, for me, did the job 100% of the time. If you do want to run Fire Fist or another cost-reducing option, like Crossfire, like you could do that as well. But for me, Round Table is just a really cool card from OP11. Not a lot of people expect it. And yeah, for me, it's just a cool card. So if you want to replace Round Table, I will not fault you at all. Next for our card draw, we are running the 3-cost VV. So something I was thinking about doing is running the VV with what's that dude's name? So it's a 7,000 power Whitebeard Pirates dude from the people who used to play in Dofi. Let me check what his name is. I think it is, who am I talking about? It's Jozu. So 6-cost Jozu, because I was running out of cards a lot with the deck. Like, it wasn't a huge problem, but I just felt like because I've been testing blue green Zoro and Sanji as well, and being able to bounce back Vivi and then replay her is like fucking, I mean, it can turn the game on its head in terms of card advantage. So I was thinking of trying to slot in the 6-cost Jozu to be able to both bounce your opponent's 6-cost character, bounce back your VV to be able to replay it a little bit. I just couldn't quite get it right, but if that's something you want to try, like, I recommend giving Jozu a look, just because, like, maybe dropping one of like an ulti, a 3-cost Marco, another blocker Marco, like here and there, and slotting in 4 Jozus to be able to bounce back this VV and bounce one of your opponent's characters, I think could be really, really powerful and really up the card draw potential in the deck. And besides that, we're just running generic Whitebeard package. We have the Whitebeard 2Ks. We have Whitebeard blockers with the Fosa, 4 of blocker Marco, 4 of 5-cost Marco, 4 of Edward Newgate, and 3 of the blocker Marco from OP10. Oh, we're also running ulti. Ulti I just found kind of filtered out on that 4-Don turn. It's usually very important, and we don't have like a really good 4-Don turn that we want to see at the beginning of the game, and Ulti just kind of helps us, and once again just filters cards really nicely. And it's a 1k counter, so it helps us get a little bit of card draw, a little bit of replaceability, and can filter the top of your deck or slot it to the bottom. So Ulti, for me, a really good card with the deck, works perfectly with everything. And even at the end game, like when you're looking for a blocker, looking for more 2ks, like you're on your 10-Don turn, a lot of the times with Marco, you've established a pretty nice board. You just kind of need to stabilize. Ulti establishes a body. You can draw a 2k, draw a blocker, draw a counter, and you're looking pretty good even in the late game with this card. And besides that, that's going to be the list. We got a couple games in for you today. I believe we have 3. We got a UP Luffy. We have a honestly, I don't remember, boys. I recorded these games a couple days ago. But yeah, there's some pretty solid games, especially against the UP Luffy. Kind of shows off what this deck can do. I believe we double round table his 9-cost Sanji play. So really cool. I think we do end up losing the game. I misplayed. You'll see it. But yeah, that is about it for the Marco deck. Let me know what you guys think. I know it changed a lot from my last Marco deck profile. I just think there's so many ways to run this deck just because it's such a versatile leader effect. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you would change. Let me know what you're doing with Marco. And if you are enjoying my videos, if you made it to the end of me ranting about Marco, make sure to drop a sub, drop a like. I really appreciate it. Like 90% of the people who watch my videos are not subscribed. So if you are enjoying, if you are a constant viewer of the channel, I would really appreciate it. And yeah, that's about it, guys. Yeah, let's get right into the games. We'll see you later. Alright friends, getting into the UP Luffy match. I started the recording a little late, but as you can see, he has established Zoro, and currently I do not have a way to deal with it. So 5-cost Marco isn't going to be able to find it, but we do have that Izo in hand. And Izo can find a Seaquake. So Izo can find a Seaquake. So we're going to be able to, and that's what I'm talking about. Like, you're always going to be able to see your Seaquakes just because you have Izos, you have your Marco's ability, and especially in this matchup when you know they're probably going to be playing a Zoro on turn 2, like you can just make sure you have it all the time. We even have another Izo searcher in hand if we weren't able to find it. So we clear off the Zoro, we attack for 6k, and we establish our blocker. So very positive turn for us on that 5-Don turn. He's going to play down his Nami, and that is a fantastic target for our 7-cost Newgate. 7-cost Newgate, I don't know if I guess I didn't explain it, but 7-cost Newgate's honestly kind of broken. Like, it is such a good card, especially with Marco. Like, it KOs a 7k every turn realistically when you're playing Marco. So he's gonna go ahead and swing a 6k. We're just gonna counter out with our 2k there, and now we're gonna have another really strong turn following up here with our 7-cost Newgate. We're gonna play it down, give 1 Don to our leader. This will allow us to swing. And then we do find a VV there, so we will be able to VV the following turns as well, just to get a little bit of more card draw. And we're going to swing, so we use Newgate ability, KO the Nami, swing a 6k, and now we're slowly establishing our board. We still have our blocker, and we have really good follow-up following this. So we have our 5-Don Marco, and we have our round table available. If he does play down something like an 8-cost Cat, we will be able to remove it very easily. And if not, so he ends up, I guess he just had nothing to do, like absolutely nothing to do, because he just 7-cost Gravity Blades our Fosa. So I'm guessing he literally just has 9-cost and Gum Giants and fucking Gear 2s in his hand, because I can't think of another reason he'd be 7-costing, 7-cost Gravity Blading us. But I mean, we'll take it if he's going to use his entire turn on that. Like, he could have swung into my Newgate there. Like, if he really did have nothing to do that turn, he could have put all his Don on my Newgate. Oh, no, never mind. Yeah, he couldn't do that just because we did have the blocker, and we would have just blocked his huge swing. So maybe that was his only play. Maybe that was his best play at the time. So here we're going to play down another Newgate, establish our another body, just because we know we're going to need both of them to remove the 2 huge dudes he's going to have coming eventually with the 9-cost Sanji and the 9-cost, probably a Linlin, maybe a Katakuri, maybe a Mihawk. So we're going to swing an 8k with our leader. Again, applying a lot of pressure here. Like, we have not taken a turn off of swinging so far, and we've been able to establish this board and clear everything he has. So very, very nice. Like the new gate also allows us to swing the 6Ks into UP Luffy. So very, very good card into that matchup. So here we kind of expect that the 9-cost Sanji is coming down. Sip of coffee real quick. That's good. That's fantastic. Yeah, so he's going to play down the 9-cost Sanji, but we do find the double round table. So, of course, like, how many opportunities am I going to get in my life to double round table a UP Luffy with 2 new gates on board? Like, that is such a specific scenario that I just had to do it. Maybe it wasn't the best play, but honestly, like, maybe I could have round tabled the Linlin and 9-cost or 5-cost Marco'd it, swung an 8, and then swung another 6. That probably would have been a good play, but doing that was pretty cool, and wanted to get it off for the video for sure. So at this point, we're still in danger of losing because he probably has either another Linlin, another Sanji, or another something, and we still have to deal with it. We're still at 2 life. We only have 4 cards in hand. We do at least have the VV to get a little bit more. We're just going to go ahead and counter out of the 6K. Then there's another double wombo bombo combo on us. Jesus Christ. So at this point, I'm like, I mean, I've established these new gates. I've cleared his board once. So I think we're going to do what we wanted to do, what I was talking about the last turn. So go ahead and minus 2K one of these, and then maybe round table one of them, and then Marco, just to establish a little bit more of a board, put a little bit more pressure on, and get these 2 8K swings in. And he's still at 3 life because he's gained 2 with the Linlin and the Sanji here. So he's gonna get a couple more cards in hand. He's gonna be drawing cards the rest of the game with his Luffy ability. And if he does Giant here, then he won't be able to use his leader ability. So that is actually pretty big, because he used the Linlin, and then if he Gum Giant, he goes down -2 there. So we're gonna go ahead and do the round table into the Marco. So we are at 2 life, so we're not in danger this turn, unless he has 9-cost Luffy. And if he has 9-cost Luffy, then we might be a little bit screwed. And I think that's actually what happens here, and I think we end up losing the game just because, like, I should expect 9-cost Luffy. Like, it's pretty stupid of me not to expect 9-cost Luffy, and I don't counter out of this first swing. So I don't counter out of this first swing, and then we lose. So we take this 9K. He plays down his 9-cost Luffy, and that's gonna be all she wrote. Like, we were 1K off. Like, if we find one more 2K there, we're able to probably win this game. But yeah, even though I guess maybe not the best showing of Marco, but oh yeah, we did have it. So oh, okay, yeah, I forgot. Okay, we did have it, but then I don't swing with Marco first. So I swing this 9K, and he triggers fucking Raging Tiger, man. He triggers Raging Tiger, and then yeah, he triggers Raging Tiger, removes our Marco. So kids, don't forget to swing with your lower costed characters first. There are triggers swimming around in people's life. We swing the 11 here, and he's just gonna go ahead and fucking give me 3 million fucking 2Ks. Jesus Christ. I think Marco, if we still had the Marco on board, it would have been really close, at least gone down to like the last card in his hand, but yeah, we had no way to find out. And then he ends up just being a dick. Like, God, fucking pieces of shit, man. I didn't do anything. But anyway, good game. Like, maybe we threw. It was a really close game against a UP Luffy that was able to 9-cost Sanji us twice, and we're still able to put up a pretty good fight there. So here, going up against the Yamato, we're just going to go ahead and get that free block off with our Fosa there. Next turn, we're going to use our Marco ability, bottom that round table, just because we're not going to need it in the Yamato matchup pretty much at all. I swing here, and in my brain I was like, why the fuck are you swinging? Why the fuck are you swinging? Like, after I swung, because I really wasn't. I was on autopilot up until that point, because who's not swinging to a leader on the second turn of the game when you're playing Yamato? When I'm playing Yamato, I don't. I hate swinging into Yamato. He's going to trigger fucking Okiku. He's going to trigger another attacker, and then I'm just going to lose. So I don't like swinging in. He's going to go ahead and play down his 5-cost Nami, discard his Okiku, and swing a 5K into us. Here, I just want to give him either a 5-cost Marco. I just give him the 2K just because we want both of those 5-cost Marcos realistically. So we can... Yamato plays a lot of these little bodies that we do want to be 5-cost Marco in, and we can do that to his Nami as well. because it is a 5k body. One more sip of coffee. It is a 5k body, so anything 5k we're just going to be able to clear off board. He plays down the Ezo, and this is when I know I'm about to take a huge banish attack, so he swings an 8k into us. If we didn't give up that second 2k, we would have been better off here, but I did end up choosing to give him that 2k for the 5k or for the 5k attack, and that ended up being a pretty big mistake actually. So here we're going to play down our Ezo. We find a 3-cost blocker Marco, pretty good into this matchup. He can bounce a lot of their little blockers that they set up. So 3-cost Marco actually has some pretty good utility here. So we're going to swing the 5k here. He's going to go ahead and block with his Rosinante. And then we can either play down 3-cost Marco into a VV, or we can play down 5-cost Marco, KO one of the Ezos, and just go from there. But it looks like we're going to play down the 3-cost Marco, play a little bit more defensive, get that value off of the 3-cost Marco, bounce back either the Rosinante, definitely the Rosinante, because I'm not bouncing back the banish Ezo there. So yeah, looking pretty solid here. We have a relatively nice board. We have still 5-cost Marco. We have a 3-cost Marco that we can block one of Yamato's attacks with, and we'll be able to bounce back the Rosinante. So I don't know if he knew that blocker Marco was a thing, but he ends up just putting 7 Dawn on his leader, swinging a big 12 into us, and we just block with the Marco, bounce back the Rosinante. We KO the Ezo here. And now our board is looking really, really solid. We have two 5-cost Marcos. The only thing about this deck that makes it, well, I guess we do run the round table, so we can discard that for the Marco ability. But that is the only event we're running to be able to utilize the 5-cost Marco non-KO, which is, it's not the ability that makes this card really, really good. I guess it is, but you don't need that ability for this card to be really, really good, is what I'm trying to say, I guess. So here, we're going to go ahead and play down a 4-cost blocker Marco. And really against Yamato, I find that 1 blocker on board is the sweet spot. You don't really want the 2. I guess you do want the 2, but if you have the 2, then your opponent can just Hody it and rest both of them. The thing is, when they're going for game and you're like, oh, I have 2 blockers established, it's better to keep, especially if that blocker has a counter on it. If the blocker doesn't have a counter on it, you don't really care. But if both blockers have counters, you just kind of want to play 1 down, because Hody is going to come down and rest both of them. So in the end, it's not going to be worth it. Here, I'm playing a very, very dangerous game. So we go down to 0 life. He really has nothing on board. He has that Nami. We can Seaquake it. We can Newgate it. I think we're just going to go ahead and Seaquake it because it is so efficient. Okay, very, very dangerous game here, boys. So we're going to swing the first 6k. I'm crossing my fingers. I'm dotting my I's. I really do not want to see a trigger here. So we do not see a trigger. And here, I should stop attacking. I should say, okay, this is it. He still has the blocker on board. We're set up for next turn. Let me not attack. Let me not attack. But of course, I'm an idiot. I swing the 6k. Okay. Maybe I'm thinking of a different game. Okay, we're playing really, really well. And he chose to counter out that 6k with his 2k counter there. We're going to go ahead and play down the ulti. And like I talked about, we're able to establish our board a little bit more, get another 2k in hand, and we still have our blocker on board. So here, we didn't use our Dawn very efficiently that turn, but it is what it is. I don't really care. He's still at 1 life. We're in great position to end the game next turn. And we have we literally have 5 2ks in hand, because we have not used any the whole game. We've been blocking, we've been doing all the other shit. So here I'm calculating. I'm like, okay, am I dead if I counter this? So I just go ahead, block with the Marco. I shouldn't have done that. That was very stupid. That was super. Oh, I see. Oh, okay. Well, the good thing about Marco is even against 8-cost kid, that becomes a 6k. That becomes a 6k body, so we're going to be able to use Marco ability here. And we also do find the Seaquake, so now we can go Seaquake into the Rosinante, swing some big numbers into the kid, and then we should be able to go for game. So we're going to do that. Then we go like this. Now we can swing some 6s into it. We can swing an 8 into it. Usually I like swinging 2k above whatever the character is. So we're able to remove it. Now we can maybe swing a 7 into life. Yeah, I know myself too well. We swing the 7 into life. He triggers a 0 cost event. Oh my god, this is the game where that shit happens. So we swing the 7. He triggers a 0 cost event. Then he triggers the other 0 cost event. And at this point, I'm like, holy fucking shit, I'm gonna fucking lose. I say, Christ! And then he triggers again. And now we could swing an 8k with Marco into this, or we could pass turn. If he has 2 2ks, I would cry. I don't... Well, he needs 1 2k and 2 1ks or 2 2ks. I just go for it. And he ends up barely not fucking having it. And I didn't... I knew I had to go for it because I knew that fucking card was there, the Hody. So really good games against Mihawk there. Yeah, that's about it for the games today, boys. Let's get into the post game. All right, guys. Once again, it is Friday. I don't know how that is possible, but we are at Friday again. It has been a fucking busy ass week, a absolute slobber knocker of a week, insane, and I am tired. But we made it to Friday. Got some cool plans for the weekend, going to see some national parks in Canada here, and doing some soccer, drinking some coffee. Should be a good time. Hope y'all had a good week. Hope you're doing okay. And yeah, guys, thank you so much for sticking around to the end of the video. If you made it to the end, make sure to comment Slobber Knocker. That's SLOBBERKNOCKER, Slobber Knocker, in the comment section below. And if you are here and you're new to the channel, you're not subbed, and you enjoy my videos, make sure to drop a sub. Would appreciate it. If you are here and you're one of my dudes, thank you so much once again. Love you guys. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the Marco gameplay. I'm gonna keep working on it because I think there's, like how I talked about in the beginning of the video, like the Jozu with the VV. I think there's some potential there. So I'm gonna keep working on it, keep grinding away. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you have a good weekend. Hope you have a good Friday. And that's about it, boys. I'll see you later.